All right, breaking news. Breaking news out of San Antonio, Texas. Woman shot in the head. Bexar County sheriffs are at the scene of a location south of San Antonio, just right outside the city limits, folks. This appears to be southeast Bexar County, Henry Road, located off of Interstate 37. Massive crime scene set up. Somebody got shot in the head, and it appears to be a woman shot right by the interstate. So we're going to try to find out what's up here, what's going on. We cover a lot of the craziness coming out of San Antonio yesterday morning. Crazy shooting happened. 2 shootings in just back-to-back hours. Come on in, folks. JLR Investigates. We take you to San Antonio, Texas. Some of the images that were out had actually the police officers or the sheriff's deputies armed. So I don't know if there's a suspect out on the loose here or what happened here. A woman that got shot in the head. I saw a woman shot in the head. I'm like, whoa, it's pretty crazy. Woman shot in the head. We cover true crime 24/7, 365 on JLR Investigates. Now we take you to San Antonio, Texas. Woman shot in the head. Try to find out more information on this, of what's going on. Hello for everyone that's out there. More craziness. Who in the heck shoots a woman in the head? Something tells me a guy probably did this, right? Something tells me a male probably did this. Shooting a woman in the head? Are you kidding me? Do we got a case of domestic violence? Do we got a case of a boyfriend that wasn't happy with the relationship, so he takes it out on an innocent female? Another day in San Antonio, shot in the head. They got a massive crime scene. It's on Henry Road. Henze, which appears to be right off of Interstate 37, like right outside the San Antonio limits. Technically called San Antonio. It's crazy because it looks really remote out here, considering, San Antonio's urban. It's right outside that 410 loop. So it makes me wonder, is this some sort of husband that shot his wife? Drug deal gone bad? Boyfriend that shoots wife? Because the road itself is basically the homes are spread out. Maniac. We have some sort of murder here, some sort of random target. So this is coming from Fox San Antonio. They say they got a crew on the way themselves. We got a feed here. So this might be something. I mean, it's never good to be shot in the head. At all. What's going on? We take you to South San Antonio. Woman shot in the head. I've counted at least 10 deputies at the scene here, so it's being taken seriously. Now, she's not dead. She's in critical condition. Now, could have been a self-inflicted gunshot. Woman critically injured after being shot in the head. Could it be a self-inflicted? The way I'm seeing it here is I think there's more to the story here. more to the situation. Welcome aboard, folks. We cover the craziness around the country. Today's morning location is San Antonio. What's going on here? Woman shot in the head. What is going on at this location? One thing I like about San Antonio media is they get to the locations pretty quickly and efficiently and effectively. Whenever look at this police response. See what I'm saying? This is pretty massive here. The amount of deputies, Bexar County deputies, pretty big police presence. Do we have an armed suspect out on the loose? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching. Welcome to JLR and Magnolia Investigate. Woman shot in the head. This appears to be, in my opinion, based off limited information, I'll just say it to me it appears like someone else did it. Just a massive, response from law enforcement. A lot, unfortunately, people do self-harm out there, but it doesn't trigger a massive police response like we have here. This is on the south side. So if you're looking at I-37, right below the loop, the 410 loop, called Hens, H-E-N-Z-R-E. The crazy thing about it, this whole area is just like, it seems like there's just lots of homes that are like spread out in fields and pastures. So it's like, this is like technically rural area. That looks like detectives and Bexar County sheriffs. Another day, another crazy shooting. Woman shot in the head. Just talk a little bit about crime today, but there's a new executive. It seems like an executive order has been signed by the President of the United States ending cashless bail for people arrested in D.C. and other cities. They say this could be a game changer in tackling crime when it comes to cashless bail. Signed an executive order threatening to withhold federal funding from cities with cashless bail policies, and a second order to end cashless bail in Washington, D.C. No more cash bail in Washington, D.C. Now, we know that, covering true crime on this channel, the majority of these suspects, crazies, wackadoodles, criminals, majority of them are either on parole, probation, and or have an extensive criminal record. And one of the things that when we talk about this is, how was these people even out on the streets when they committed the crime? I mean, just a big case that we're covering out in California with the baby, Emmanuel, the suspect, the father, Jake. He shouldn't have been out on the streets, period. But for some reason, probation violations just get kicked back out. very limited money to
big
postpone.
deal. One of the executive orders has to do with cashless bail. That was when the big crime in this country started, but that was when it happened. Somebody kills somebody, they go in, don't worry about it, no cash, come back in a couple of months, we'll give you a trial. You never see the person again. And I mean, they kill people and they get out. Cashless bail. They thought it was discriminatory to make people put up money because they just killed 3 people lying on a street. Any street all over the country, cashless bail. We're ending it, but we're starting by ending it in D.C.
What this executive order does, it charges your attorney general with identifying jurisdictions all over the country that have cashless bail policies, and then it withholds or revokes federal funds and grants that are flowing to those jurisdictions to ensure that we're only supporting the people who have reasonable common sense policies around crime.
Okay, we'll sign right here, right?
Sir.
I just wanted to touch in on that because that was just signed. I mean, that's a big deal, and it might change the whole dynamic of criminal justice around the country. I think most people would agree with that policy there, ending cashless bail, because it's just so far often in some of these major cities around the country, criminals just get let right out, and then they reoffend. They re-victimize, and sometimes they just keep getting. It's just a revolving door, and there's no accountability whatsoever with these criminals. So we're going to monitor that situation, in reference to, I do want to point out, and while we're monitoring what's happening here in San Antonio at a woman shot, we're just talking about other things and what's going on. Another thing we have to keep notice on is it is believed that the federal government is going to start sending in the National Guard to other cities besides Washington, D.C. The talk was possibly Chicago, Los Angeles again, and New York City to restore law and order and to, stop crime. So that would be interesting. That will be definitely something we're going to be monitoring, particularly Chicago, because we know Chicago is a criminal mess. Really bad in Chicago. For years, all the businesses down there on Michigan Avenue started boarding up. It got so bad they had to bring in the county sheriffs to patrol the streets in downtown Chicago because the city itself wasn't doing much. So we'll see if the National Guard goes there. In the meantime, we are at San Antonio, Texas. But that will be interesting about cashless bail in DC. We are definitely monitoring what's happening in DC each and every day. We did the National Guard last week. There's nothing really exciting going on there other than the National Guard has been, going around assisting law enforcement in apprehending criminals with warrants, trying to get the kids off the streets that are riding the dirt bikes, and those young juveniles that are hanging around at the Navy Yard. Apparently, the National Guard can be armed. So we'll see what happens out of that aspect. They're up to Union Station. It seems like they're parked there. They're up at Union Station. But here we are, San Antonio, Texas. Woman shot. Just continue to monitor what's happening, what's going on, see if we got some sort of killer on the loose, or is this an isolated incident? Do we have a killer on the loose, or do we have an isolated incident? Woman shot. Come on in, JLR Investigators. We cover true crime. 24/7, 365. Another thing we're also monitoring too is, folks, is, we're still going to cover it, but it seems like, I wouldn't be shocked in the next couple of days if we see more of these active shooter alerts that are popping up, because Louisiana also had one at one of the universities in Louisiana yesterday, on top of the University of South Carolina, an active shooter, and it ended up being a hoax. Someone calling in, and that technically is like the fourth one in just a couple days. As you know, last week there was a situation. It was actually at LSUA, which is called Louisiana State University at Alexandria. There was an active shooter alert yesterday around the same time as the University of South Carolina, which both ended up being a hoax. Last week, you had situations in the University of Tennessee, and you had Villanova University. So this is the fourth. It's the new swatting. I do believe that in the next couple of days we'll probably see more, but I think they're going to be more mindful. But you also, at the same time, you have to respond to the situation. We'll see, because the FBI is investigating the link between Tennessee and Villanova, thinking it's possibly related in some shape or form. Somebody's swatting. Somebody's definitely swatting out there. So, if there is an active shooter alert that pops up around the country, yeah, we're live right here in San Antonio. If an active shooter situation pops up, we'll cover it just to see, because you never know what's going to happen. Most likely, though, it's probably a hoax. Now, as far as here, they're at some property here off of Hens Road, where a woman was shot in the head. Another near my home in San Antonio. Geez, what is going on, Kevin? Kevin, it's pretty wild in San Antonio with the amount of shootings that happen regularly there.
I always hear that's the only way I get any information from it.
We'll see what this is about here. Do we have a suspect out on the loose? Was it her husband? Did she do something to herself? We don't know.
I don't know what they're planning on doing.
Or retired Nana says Portland, Oregon is the worst. Portland, rocking and rolling downtown Portland, talking about, Oregon, Antifa.
Okay, bye.
All right, so we got maybe something to deal with a truck here. We'll find out what's going on here with this woman shot in the head. So much violence lately, Kevin. Where are the eyes and ears around the country? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Amy. It's too many detectives and law enforcement at the scene to be self-inflicted. I think this is a crime. And a major crime here. Hopefully they don't go off. I think the other local media is on their way to the scene.
Hey Emma, do you plan on going hot later with the same shot, or can you use VO?
No, we're gonna be over at section.
Okay, perfect. All right, just checking with you.
Yeah, the neighbor says that he's across the street from that.
Yeah, I'm hearing something going on.
In the neighbor's yard, but there's no one at the residence right now.
Okay, bye.
But he still has the weapon in his hand, but he just hasn't pointed out.
That kind of listening in.
He's across the street. Looks like he's got a handgun.
Handgun.
Okay, yeah, he's going back northbound. He does have a handgun in his hand. And he's across the street running towards the scene. There's a tree now, but yeah, he does have a handgun.
Oh! Armed suspect.
Hey, no, they're not going to give sound. I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna go to this raid. I'm hearing about it right now. Do you have an address?
Whoa, they might be turning the feed off. Reason being, and they're going to the location where someone is on the road with a handgun. Did you hear that? So what they were saying was there was a man walking away from the scene there with a handgun. Let me put up the flight radar 24 and see what we got. So someone is out on the loose with a handgun. That's the way I heard it. And now the reporter said they're going to go to the scene. We should stay with this for a bit and kind of just see where this goes, because apparently somebody's at the scene. Maybe. Stand by. We got another feed here. I think.
Do you have an address?
Yeah, I think they're waiting to go to a location. It's just gonna spin, but it keeps coming back. Oh, nope, gone. Gone. Oh, I want to know where this goes. Where does this go? One thing about San Antonio is I like how the media gets to the scene. However, I don't like when they turn it off in the middle of what's going on. So apparently somebody's on the street with a handgun. So let me go on flight radar 24 and see what we got. And turn it back and see if we got any choppers in the sky. Somebody had a handgun that was walking down the street with a handgun. Probably the person that did it, most likely. Flight radar 24 does not have a chopper in that sky, in that general area. Well, I mean, they got the police department here. I don't know what they're. Let's see. Might have something. Might have something. No. We're gonna wait.
Hey, Des, I just wanted to make a call. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it appears that they're going for the person that's on the side of the road there with the gun. I'd like to see the outcome of this and what's going on. Who did this? We can also let me make sure they're going. We also could come back. I think they're moving to another location. That's how I kind of want to stick by. I really do think they're moving to another location. That's what they said. They said they're going to check out the report of someone with a gun on the side of the road. Let's replay that part. Yeah, we can replay that part and find out what's going on here. Just to buy a little time here to see if they actually put up a feed at this other location. He said he's going en route to somewhere other location nearby. It's the way I heard it. San Antonio, Texas. Let me see. So this is News 4. Let's see what happens here. What's going on here? See what exactly they say. And I'm looking at the flight radar to see if we got any like choppers in the sky, but we don't have any. Apparently they're going to. I mean, at this point, if somebody's walking down the road, they're going to be apprehended quick. You would think. Somebody be apprehended real quickly. Probably the first. It's probably the husband, the boyfriend, somebody like that. We'll just find out for sure. I'd like to see the outcome of this. Is there a threat to the community or not? I mean, the fact that the officer's like armed like that, which is like even insane, even more insane. It's pretty crazy. It just shows you the amount of officers. I think they're looking for a suspect. And also, folks, they were centered around this truck here because then I also feel like something happened. Let me also go to San Antonio. Fox San Antonio said they have a crew on their way. We'll find out more information. We're just waiting. Let's see if they come back. Let me check out the scanner too. I want to know. I want to know if they get this guy off the streets or not. All right, we're back. We got another. I think he went to another location, or the same location. And they got microphones set up too. So stand by. We got a new feed coming up with microphones set. Got one of those press conference, crime scene press conference coming up. Looks like possibly. All right, so this is live right here. That was a little bit before. We were trying to figure out what's happening here. They're back at the scene, and they set up microphones here. So they definitely came back. We definitely got a big police presence here in Bexar County, South San Antonio. Flight radar has no choppers in that general area, so we've got to understand. We'll see what if we got a man on the loose or what. Domestic violence incident. I'm leaning towards that. I'm leaning towards significant other where the female was trying to break it off with some guy, some wackadoodle, and he couldn't accept it. If I can't have you, no one will. Something like that. It's crazy. You know what I mean? That's where I'm taking it here, but we'll see. We take you live. San Antonio, Texas. It's hot out there today. Looks pretty hot out there. Rainy here in Florida, 91 degrees. Man, I can tell you it's been a brutal summer here in Florida. I don't know what the weather's like where you guys are at. Oh, maybe we get a press conference. Maybe we get something here.
Yeah, give me a second.
All right, let's go. He's going to speak.
5
5 minutes.
minutes.
5 minutes. He's going to speak. He said in 5 minutes they turned the microphone off. 5 minutes, he said. Give me 5 minutes. Hey, we love this openness and transparency, right? We'll find out exactly what happened. Yeah, Detroit has a lot of wackadoodle things happening in Detroit, too. Yo, there was a crazy case. We didn't even cover the crazy case the other day. A dude walked into a hospital in Michigan, like near Detroit, and just shot and took his wife to the basement and shot and killed his wife and then just walked out. And it was like a massive manhunt for a guy. Oh, that was a big case over the weekend. We were just so much stuff going on, but I saw that pop up. I'm like, holy smokes, a hospital shooting. It was like, you know, because we just covered the hospital shooting the other day in Oklahoma. Enid, Oklahoma. Wackadoodle there. And just days before that, there was a wackadoodle that walked into Charleston, West Virginia hospital and just started winging his knife at people, just random people. And then he pulled out the fire extinguisher and then he just started blasting just regular patients in the emergency room. They were sitting there ready to get, seen before he was shot dead by police. I don't know, man. I totally changed how I do things in life, go out. I didn't even want to go out there anymore. Go out there, stay away from people, large groups, large gatherings. It's nonstop crimes. I think our whole world has gone mad. I mean, it's a beautiful, this is God's gift. This is an amazing world, right? Man, I don't know what has happened where it's just everything's being seen in a lens every day because of the internet. We're just seeing things more. Is this the new norm? Does this always happen like this? All right, so he said he's going to be coming out in a few minutes to speak. The press conference here, we'll find out what's the condition of the woman, find out if there's a threat to the community, who the person is. Oh, we love our San Antonio area sheriffs. We love our Texas sheriffs, deputies, sheriffs. We love the sheriffs and the deputies. I love the cowboy hats. Love the hats. Typical Texan hat. We love it. You don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with Texas. Stetson. Yeah, Stetson. Woo! Crazy. Crazy wackadoodle things continue to happen. We are live. South San Antonio. Full Moon says you're doing arts and crafts right now. Beautiful. Well, we kind of see more of it at ease. You see a little smiles coming out of these deputies' faces. So they are kind of smiling a little bit. That's what we're trying to figure out, whether it's domestic or not. Halo Second Amendment says, was it domestic? Well, we're about to find out. Survey says, what happened? What happened here? Do we have a threat to the community or not? Is there a suspect taken into custody? They're going to turn the volume up. Here we go.
Sheriff's about to get sound.
Is that the sheriff?
I'll roll over here too. Okay.
Sheriff on the scene?
Right.
Everybody ready? Give me a sec, Sheriff. Okay.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We are actually out here at the scene of a shooting. About 9:30 this morning, we received a call for a report of a female shot. When deputies arrived, they found a female victim who's still alive at this point in this silver truck behind me, the Toyota truck. She was suffering from one gunshot wound to the head. She's a female, 35 years of age, around 35 years of age. She was taken to SAMC in critical condition, and at last check, she was in surgery, and we're hopeful that she'll survive that injury. For right now, we've got several witnesses detained, as well as one person that we're considering a person of interest at this point. It's a 67-year-old man that is reportedly in a romantic relationship with the victim. Apparently, they were here collecting scrap metal. Neither of them resides here at this property. They were here collecting scrap metal when some sort of an argument ensued, and witnesses reported hearing several gunshots. At this point, nobody has told us definitively that the suspect or the person of interest actually shot the victim, but we do know that at this point, we are proceeding as if that's actually a distinct possibility. Esta mañana aproximadamente a las 9:30 nosotros recibimos una llamada por una mujer que fue baleada. Nosotros cuando llegaron, nuestros oficiales cuando llegaron se encontraron con la víctima, una mujer de 35 años de edad aproximadamente, sufriendo de un balazo a la cabeza. Se aparenta que ella y un hombre que ella está involucrada románticamente con él, un hombre de aproximadamente 67 años de edad. Ellos estaban aquí recogiendo metal para vender. Se supone que ellos tuvieron un argumento y los testigos dicen que ellos escucharon varios balazos, por lo menos 2 balazos. Ya nuestros oficiales lograron encontrar a la víctima sufriendo de esa herida. Ella fue llevada por una ambulancia al SAMC, donde ahorita está en cirugía. Nosotros tenemos las esperanzas que vaya a sobrevivir su herida. Hasta ahorita no podemos decir que el hombre es un sospechoso, sino que ahorita es solamente una persona de interés, pero sí estamos manejando la situación como si él, alguna manera, es posible que él vaya a ser sospechoso de este incidente. Nosotros ya hemos recogido una arma que está dentro de la camioneta donde estaba la señora, donde fue encontrada la víctima. Ahorita no se sabe si se va a enfrentar con cargos este hombre o alguien más, pero ya cuando nosotros sabemos más, vamos a tener más información para la prensa. Ella fue encontrada, estaba dentro de la camioneta Toyota, atrás de mí. Yeah, there is a weapon inside the vehicle. And at this point, we're assuming that is the vehicle that was used in the shooting. But at this point, we're going to be running some tests to make sure of that. It's a semi-automatic handgun. I don't know the make.
¿Esta es la residencia de la mujer?
No, ninguno de ellos viven aquí. Ellos vinieron acá para recoger metal para vender. Y no sé, ahorita yo no sé quién vive aquí, pero ninguno de ellos dos. It doesn't appear there's many signs of a struggle, and at this point, the evidence is actually questionable whether the shooting actually occurred inside the vehicle. I wouldn't be able to comment too much more, but at this point, we're doubtful that actually occurred inside the truck. She was found there, but it is possible she was not shot there.
Neighbors saying this looks to be a vacant house. Is that weird? It looks boarded up.
It does. It appears the house is boarded up. My understanding is that they found evidence that metal, what was described to me as billboards, are being brought here and dismantled. So at this point, it's too early to tell if those billboards are stolen from somewhere. But yeah, at this point, there isn't any indication that anybody lives in this house here. Bueno, no se sabe, sí sabemos que tuvieron un argumento. Ahorita lo que nos están diciendo nosotros es que ella se dio un balazo. Es posible que ella se dio un balazo sola dentro de la camioneta, pero ahorita nosotros no tenemos mucha evidencia que pasó dentro de la camioneta. No puedo comentar mucho en la evidencia, pero ahorita es posible que ella fue baleada afuera de la camioneta y luego se subió o alguien la subió a la camioneta. There's metal back there in the back is where at least part of this argument took place. And so right now we're still trying to determine exactly where our crime scene is. And so they're combing that area back there to see if we can establish if there may be a different spot other than the truck that we need to be concentrating our efforts in. We would ask anybody that has any information on this case to give us a call at 210-335-6000. They can also email us at bcsotips@bear.org.
The person detained in the vehicle, are they facing charges?
No, at this point, there's people that are detained that are just purely witnesses. We want to at least talk to them to find out. I mean, it's possible nobody may face charges today, but it's possible at least one person may. And so we want to talk to all of these witnesses as soon as possible. It's also relevant that I ask that anybody that lives in this neighborhood on Hensley Road to please check your video cameras at or around that time. If you can please send us any video of vehicles arriving, vehicles departing the scene at a high rate of speed, whatever it may be. We're interested in obtaining video around that time from members of the public that live here.
So Sheriff, can you tell us more about this argument? Who was between? What was it about?
The argument at this point, what we can tell is that it was between the 35-year-old victim and the 67-year-old person of interest who's romantically linked with her. I don't know what the argument was about or how long in duration it took. My understanding at this point is we don't have information that it got physical in any way, other than the fact that soon thereafter or during or soon thereafter the accident, gunshots were heard.
Accident? You said accident? You said soon.
Argument. Okay. Sorry,
But
my apologies.
But no one saw him, or at least is saying that they saw
No,
him.
at this point, we don't have anybody saying that they saw him shoot her. Just that there was an argument, and then either during the course of that argument or soon thereafter, gunshots were heard.
So there might be a suspect that left the scene.
There may be, at this point, it's possible that somebody may have left the scene, and so, again, we're asking for anybody with information to check their cameras, and please let us know if that was seen. Ahorita yo no tengo información que hemos visitado aquí antes de esto.
Pero ellos ya habían venido aquí a este lugar.
Pienso que no es la primera vez que ellos vienen para acá. At this point, I don't have information on a vehicle that may have left. But again, that's why we're asking for members of the public to please share video with us if they see anything suspicious. Sí, nosotros estamos pidiendo de la gente dentro de la vecindad que si ellos pueden checar sus cámaras de vigilancia, si pueden checar las cámaras y si tienen video de algo, vehículos llegando, vehículos huyendo, posiblemente a alta velocidad, que por favor nos hablen y que nos manden ese video.
There's another female here. Did she come that detained? Did she come with these other two, the 35?
I think she's the witness that was here around the time of the argument.
Any other witnesses or just the one?
At this point, I'm only aware of just the one. But again, it's possible there are other witnesses. It's possible there are other witnesses that didn't stick around.
Did she come with them?
I don't know if she came with them, but she was here when the argument happened and the gunshots.
So one suspect, one victim, one witness.
Well, I would call him a person of interest at this point. It's too soon to call him a suspect, but certainly we're talking about three different people here. Yes, sir. At this point.
Taken to university.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, Samsey. My apologies.
Thank you.
Man, you got Sue yelling at me over here. Thank you, Sue. My apologies.
Thank you.
All right, so domestic violence incident. Praying for the speedy recovery of this female. They're probably out there taking some scrap metal where they shouldn't have been taking scrap metal, right? At a location. It seems like they were trying to go to this place. It looks like some sort of house that had all types of things, and then something happened. A 67-year-old man shooting a mid-30s woman. How horrible. How horrible. Well, we'll get an understanding of who the 67-year-old man is. We'll do a follow-up, or we'll put his name in the description. Something tells me it's Probably somebody with a criminal record. We'll see that happen here. Maybe he was forcing her to go over there to do some scrap metal taking. Right? Crazy world out there, folks. But at least we know authorities are on it for sure. All right. With that being said, we're going to sign off on this case since we don't see an imminent threat. Woman is in critical condition. We are praying for her speedy recovery. I am JLR Investigates. We cover what's going on in real time, 24/7, 365. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon. Until next time, everyone, be safe out there.